The second step in creating good classes is to create helper methods. And these are methods that relate to our class, but they provide some sort of help for using the class. We're going to create two helper methods for this employee class. One is going to tell us how many years the employee is employed, and the other one is going to tell us what the work anniversary would be for the current year. We're going to use the local date and time for this, and like I said in the previous video, I know we've not talked about local date and time, but you can see it in action here. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of my class and create my helper methods down here. They're going to be still within the class, so I want to make sure that I'm above this last curly bracket, but out of my last getter or setter method. Just like all methods, I'm going to have an access type, which will be public, a return type or void, a name of the method, and if it takes any parameters. And then the at work of the method is going to happen in between the curly brackets. There's nothing special about setting up methods inside of classes. It's just the same format that you've seen before. I'm going to begin by creating my years employed method. It's public. It's going to return an integer to the main class that contains how many years the employee has been employed. This method grabs the local date of today, right now, stores it into today, grabs the hire date from the specific object, and it creates a new period where it finds the time between the hire date and today, and then I'm returning just the number of years in that period. My second helper method is going to determine the work anniversary, except it's going to use the month and the day from the employee's hire date, and it will use today's year. This is going to be returned into the main method with a string. This method returns a string. It grabs the date now and stores it in today, grabs the hire date from the specific object and stores it into hire, and then we get the month from the hire date, the day of the month from the hire date, but we get the year from today. So that will return their month anniversary of the current month and date of their current work anniversary. Whenever I call these inside of my employee tester class, I'll actually put the name of the object dot years employed, or the name of the object dot work anniversary, and that will tell the method which hire date to grab. We want the one for the current object that we are referring to, and that is what that keyword this accomplishes. I'll have to have some way inside of my main method to capture the return of either an integer or a string. And so I'll either create a variable inside of my employee tester to hold the results from the specific method, or I'll just use a printout statement depending on the usage and the need inside of the employee tester class.